I'm going to say this in my calm, monotone voice, but if you don't correct the mistakes we share in this video, you're going to lose every single sales call within the first 3 minutes of the call. Okay, what we got here is a live sales call review with one of my students, and he is a closer for a B2C trading offer in the make money online space. And in this, we tear up his opener of the call and we dive into the key details on what he could have done better. And you're going to want to stick around until the very end of the video because I'm going to be going over my 3 key elements to a proper intro so that the rest of the call is just smooth and simple. And it's actually what allowed me to consistently close over $1 million a year across multiple opportunities. And if you want a deeper breakdown of my one call close framework at the end of the video, just comment send and I'll DM it to you. Cool, man. So do you have that, the Zoom link of the call?
I'll send it real quick.
Okay. And was it an inbound or an outbound?
Inbound.
Inbound. Okay. Cool. Cool. So do you have any background on this guy or context like before the call?
No context before the call.
No. Okay. Everything was going through though, like texts, all that, emails, all that going through?
Yeah, everything was going through, but we had a reschedule. So it was actually supposed to be tomorrow or yesterday morning, but it ended up being this morning.
Okay. Okay. And so he scheduled on his own, or you reached out and he no-showed, or how'd that go?
No-showed and then rescheduled.
So he rescheduled on his own?
He rescheduled on his own, but I reached out to find the time with him.
Okay.
Hello, Roy. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Perfect.
Yesterday I was on and it said the speaker connecting or whatever. It never connected yesterday.
Huh. Yeah, I don't know what happened yesterday. I just moved it over to today. Something weird was just happening with Zoom overall. I did have a lot of meetings yesterday because of that. Where are you located?
Pensacola, Florida.
Pensacola. You're already making me jealous here. I'm in Oklahoma.
What part?
Right in the middle. So I'm just north of Oklahoma City.
Yeah. Okay.
Just north of Pensacola, Edmond. Yeah, we are about 8 minutes early. I mean, we can get started early if you want.
Yeah, it's fine with me.
I will. 1 second here. Okay. Can you see me?
Yeah.
Pardon my hair. It's been a crazy one. But, I was wondering because I couldn't see you. But real quick, give me a rundown of what's going on.
So why don't you ask him to turn on his camera?
Why don't I?
Yeah.
I do call it out. I said, hey, the reason I asked, if you can see me is because I can't see you. Is everything okay over there?
And did you try to get him to turn it on and stuff, or?
Not in a pushy way. It was simply just asking it in that way. Just like, hey, can you see me? Okay, I'm having trouble seeing you. Is everything okay? Yeah. So everything's okay.
So what I always do with these is almost all the time they don't have their camera on, but I start with mine on. And so I'm like, hey, man, can you hear me okay? Start with hearing. And they're like, yeah, I can hear you. And I'm like, all right, man, I can hear you too. I'm just not able to see you. Like almost acting like, oh, is it like a Zoom issue? Like it's understood. This is a video call, you know? And then a lot of the time they're like, oh, okay, let me go ahead and do that. How do I do that? Or give me a second here. And then they start video. But we want them to start their video because we get to see, where they are, right? Like how they look, body language, all that, We don't know where this guy is. He could be in the middle of the street, But if he's at home at a desk and we see that, we know he's in a position to take this seriously and buy.
Yep.
Make sense?
Makes sense.
So that's the first.
And how long have you been trading? Just give me the full breakdown.
Well, I've done a little for many years, but I haven't done it. I don't have anything going right now. And I'm interested in this for a couple of reasons. I was in one company, let me think of the name of it now. Anyway, they used some company. No, that's one of the reasons I like this.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm too busy for real constant hands-on.
Yeah.
I tried that one time, and man, I just couldn't stand it. I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
But I did something with the company, and they ended up. Anyway, it didn't work out. I had like 3 accounts or something with them, but it didn't work out regardless.
So it sounds like they got the funded accounts for you, but you didn't make any money off of them?
Well, they never got kicked off. It's a problem. I don't know what they did, but anyway, it cost me a lot of money.
When you say a lot of money, what are we talking?
Well,
Sorry, I'll get into it, but
yeah, it was more than I wanted to get involved and lose, but I did.
Like several $100s or?
No, several $1,000s.
Oh, gotcha.
So, the question that
right there, I'd be like, thousands of dollars. Like, what happened? Like, what's going on here? Really, he just gave you a pretty good pain point to dig into. That he's done something before that made a mistake. Like that he's lost some money on it. They're just kind of like interesting. I mean, we'll watch a little bit more just to see. But do you remember if you dug into that?
I don't think I did. I think that was about the only digging I did into that, and then moved on.
Okay, because right there, I mean, he could have a few things going on. He could be low on money now, or he could have like trust issues because of that. So he definitely might have his guard up a little bit just overall with the industry that we're in.
Had was if you go through the process and get an account with, let's say, with 100,000, how long do you have that?
In terms of if you hit a 3% drawdown or a 4% drawdown in a day, or you lose 8% overall, you immediately lose that account. So it's whenever you hit that drawdown or you hit that overall loss. It could be 6 months, it could be 12 months, it could be 3 months. It entirely just depends.
Okay, and that depends on what program you take. The program you, right? There's nothing that I'm doing except for selecting the program to generate the funds. So it's not me, it's the program.
Essentially, it's which strategy and how conservative or how risk averse you are, or how risky you are. That entirely depends on which strategy you pick.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Let me ask you real quick. What's the goal here? Like, are you looking to replace an income, supplement income?
Good. It's good that you tied it back into like why are we here? Not like going too deep into that rabbit hole.
What's the goal?
Goal is to make to do a lot with it.
What's a lot?
A lot is no less than 10,000 a month.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
Would that replace what you're doing now, or why 10,000?
Well, that's a figure. I mean, I've got to go higher than that, but I can live with that.
Okay, you can live with that. Interesting. And then what have you been trying recently?
I would dig a little bit deeper into that. Just like I could live with that, and it's like still not enough, you know. Because then afterward, you want to bring something up, something like, oh, what is that 10K? You know, can live with that. Like, are you trying to replace what you do? Like, what do you do for work? You know, do you like what you do? So I can live with that. You know.
Or is that the bills? Like, is that your lifestyle? Like, what's going on? No.
Yeah. Are you on a breathing machine that costs 10K a month? And if you pull that, you got to figure that out.
To get to that mark.
Well, I haven't done. I've checked into a lot of different programs, but I haven't gotten this far with any of them because I haven't felt good with them.
Yeah, I check out.
So I haven't done anything in this line of work to make that money. No.
Okay. Interesting.
Beautiful. So that's actually something from what I understood, it's actually a really positive thing he said. So he said, I haven't gone this far with any of them. And I think what he means with this far is like he hasn't gone down a funnel and scheduled a meeting and hopped on a Zoom. Like he hasn't been this intentional. So I definitely dig into that. Like, oh, so you've looked at a few things, but you never really scheduled a meeting. Like what stood out to you about what you showed with us? You know, this is like to hit that trust point a little bit more. You know, really get himself to say how much he likes what we're doing, how much he believes in it. That stuff is going to carry on throughout the call.
Well, so I know you said a little bit, but what was it really about us that stood out to you that made you believe that maybe we could help?
Well, part of it is having the AI. I watched that Dr. Carlson's too video. I watched several videos because I lost you. Are you still there?
Yeah, I was there. Usually when you get off, I'm going to turn my help the connection. I just want to make sure they know a real person.
Okay. So I watched several of the videos on there, and I watched his going through. Of course, he knows things that I don't know. I'm pretty good on computer, but I'm certainly not any kind of programmer or whatnot. So I'm not that versed in it. I'll put it that way.
Okay.
So I like the AI part because I want. I've always believed in that anyway, but I want that to do the work, and I will keep on top of it. But the day-to-day, it's to do the trading.
Gotcha. Okay, that's the biggest thing that kind of stood out to you.
Yeah, really it is.
Okay, gotcha. And I'm curious, do you believe that people are actually making 10K a month with trading?
I think when he says something like that, like sometimes people give like surface level answers, right? We want to, aside from just like, gotcha, okay, like repeat a little bit about what they just said right back to them. You know, like, okay, so you actually like that the bot's trading for you, like as opposed to trading manually? Like it almost sounds stupid and obvious, but when we repeat it back to them, they understand that like we're listening and that we understand where they're coming from. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I can see where it can be done. I can see where it can be done easily if it's done correctly.
Yep. And then what do you think, because we have a bunch of people doing that know this for a decent amount of time. It doesn't happen overnight, of course.
Right.
But we have a decent amount of people that are doing that. What do you feel like the biggest differences between them and you right now is?
Well, they're doing it and I'm not.
Understood. Well, people, let's dive into it. So real quick, what this call is about, we are bringing people aboard for 2 reasons. The first reason is we need more traders taking prop firm challenges because
I think one thing that would help you a little bit more is he's giving very like shallow answers, you know? So I'd go a little bit more back into what he's done already so that he can tell us why he needs us. You know what I mean? Because right now it almost kind of sounds like you're just kind of giving you what he expects you to want to hear, you know? Like the bare minimum response to move the call forward. You know what I mean? And I don't think we ever asked like what this guy even does for work. You know, like we don't know really any sort of pain point here. So I think like that right there, that discovery or that intro discovery, that was really, I think, I mean, we could watch the rest of the call, but that discovery just wasn't a deep enough dive into like his pains, why he's here, why he needs us. You know what I mean? Like we're not like leveled with him. There'd be some people that come on and, you know, have a whole bunch of pain. And so now we have some things to work with. There's be some people that have none, and there will be some that have some, but we need to pull it out of them. And I'm sure this guy has some. I mean, he's on the call for a reason, you know? So, I mean, we could definitely review more of it, but right now you're going into the blast, right?
No, I think it's all we have to view, because I don't think I dug enough at all. It was brutal. And it ended up, his objection was simply time. And I went through all the commitments, ran through every single commitment, 2 to 3 hours a week. That's all. Okay, beautiful. Yeah, I had that time. And then it ended up being, oh no, I don't have the time. I've got these, I'm selling one of my companies here in 2 weeks for like a multi-billion dollars. And yeah. And he's like, I don't have enough. I don't know. I'm not in the right headspace. So 2 to 3 hours isn't doable anymore for some reason? No, not really. I don't think so. And I think that all stemmed from the discovery. And actually,
yeah, I mean, the problem is you're pitching to a brick wall right now, really. He could say whatever he wants. He could literally make up some bullshit at the end of the call saying, yeah, I have to exit a few billion-dollar companies, and we have nothing about him. We don't even know how he looks because you didn't even ask him to turn his camera on. So, you know, he could look like a bum if he turned it on, and then we have a little bit more to work with. But we don't know what is going on, you know? But the number one start, like the number one thing you got to start the call with is, hey man, you're able to turn your video on so we can chat face to face? I'd love to put a face to the name. Whatever it is, to say it in a comfortable way. Sometimes it might feel a little bit uncomfortable, but like we need it. And at the end of the day, like you need to be comfortable asking that stuff because you're going to maintain that whole frame the entire way through. We're asking them to turn it on. They turn it on. We're asking them to commit to a decision today. They commit to a decision. We're asking them to pull out the credit card and buy it. They're going to do it, you know? Like they got to like get into this habit of like listening. And if they give us what they think we want, but we dig deeper, then they know, okay, this person's actually listening. This person's actually in control of the call. So,
yep.
I agree. Hopefully that helps.
Yeah, definitely need to get better at my scriptless selling. And so actually diving into and finding these pain points and challenging them on that and the way they think.
Yeah. So again, not everybody is going to be step 1, step 2, step 3. I like to think about it as different buckets that we have to tackle, different like check marks that, okay, he's got the trust thing. He trusts us. Okay, he's got the pain point and he knows it too. Okay, he's watched us, so he has enough kind of like baseline information to not be like at the end of the call, hey, like I still don't have a clue really what this is. Like we could check those boxes off. The rest of the call after that 15, 20 minutes of discovery is cake. Going through it. Okay, you don't have a wife, no decision maker except you. You have the credit to do this. Okay, we pitch them. And it just makes sense.
Yeah. So the 3 buckets are the trust. Also, do you have a pain point and can you see it? And then 3 is, do you know anything about us? Like, what is your knowledge level of what we do? Do you watch the videos, etc.?
Yeah. So the first thing I would jump into is like, do you know what this is?
Yeah.
If they don't know what this is and we start hitting their pain points and stuff, like they still don't know what this is. They have to know at least a little bit. They don't have to memorize the VSL, but they need to know what we're talking about, because when we do pitch, if they don't understand these terms that we're bringing up, then it'll trigger some resistance later on. So like if we sense that they don't know, then maybe we do have to do a tiny bit of catching them up to speed, but definitely not, going through a ton of info, just like high level, very high level. And obviously some people are going to come in knowing a little bit and some people are going to come in knowing more than us. And so we just kind of have to always keep it leveled to what we understand and keep the focus more on their point, their pain point and what they need.
Yeah. So, I honestly think Discovery's been losing me a lot of deals for sure after that. I think
the most energy is in the Discovery, really digging in, really paying 100% into the conversation. Yeah, in a way, I mean, it might almost kind of seem like you're just trying to like get through it. Let me get through this. Let me just see if he's going to buy or not. But say it takes energy. And I know you've been working some crazy hours, so.
This is another one of those calls where it's like early in the morning and I see him hop in the Zoom room and I don't think he's going to show up. And I run over and, just fixing my hair, like, I got to get there.
He gets on the call and you're like, fuck, we got everything.
Yeah. Like shit, this is too early.
Yeah.
So I definitely need to get better about it.
A lot of times I saw someone in my Zoom room, I'm like, shit. But once you're in there, like, you got to give it 100%. Because if you're going to be putting the time in, you might as well, like there's so many people that I thought right on the beginning of the call, this person's like not a deal. And then you slowly start to get into the discovery and then you kind of feel, okay, like maybe we have some things to work with here. And then all of a sudden at the end of the call, you know, we have a new sale. So like once you're in it, you got to give it 100%. That's it.
Yeah, I know what I need to work on. I think that's super clear. Better discovery, and peeling back the layers of the onion for sure.
Yeah. So, and you just got to trust your intuition. Like if he gives you an answer and then you're like, okay, but did that really answer my question? Like, do I feel more confident that now he's in a better position to buy? Because if not, I'm going to dig into that more. And I'm going to keep digging into it as long as it feels natural, you know?
Yeah.
I'm sure if he kept just asking like more detailed, more deeper questions, he would have opened up. He was there for a reason.
Yeah, I think so as well.
Yeah.
I think so as well.
Yeah. That's what the one call close. That's what you got to do.
Okay. Well,
man. Any other questions about that?
No, that's perfect.
Very good.
Yeah, man.
Hopefully that's helpful.
No, yeah, I think it's just reframing what I already know, and I know I need to get deep. I know I need to challenge people and get to their pain points, but it's something that I think I've lost a little bit, so I need to get back into it, for sure.
Cool. All right, I'll stop this then.